video. If you are new here, welcome. If not, welcome back, y'all. So as you can tell by the title, I have a story time for you guys. It's another vacation story time, and we're just gonna get right into it. So be sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not subscribed, make sure you're subscribed. Also be sure to hit that post notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a video. I've really been feeling my fro lately, just my natural hair. I recently went out last weekend and this girl came up to me and was just like, oh my goodness, like I could never go out with my natural hair. Like, girl, you better embrace your natural hair. Quit playing with me. Plus, it's too hot out here this summer to not be wearing your natural hair. Like, seriously. Everything else is just going to sweat out. What am I naming this story time? I don't know. But y'all already see what it's named because obviously I came up with something. This is the time me and Chelsea, and I already know y'all know Chelsea by now. If you don't, go watch some of my other vacation story times because me and Chelsea done went on a lot of adventures, all right? Me and Chelsea, we were out one day. Was having a good time. I remember we had went to the club, was in this section with some dudes. I didn't even know him, but Chelsea knew them. She had knew the one guy just from him being known around Pittsburgh and just knowing people he knew, you know what I mean? So I think they used to kind of talk back and forth like through social media, not talk, but you know what I mean? Like just talk back and forth, have some simple conversation. So he just so happened to be at the club that one night. So we had went in his section and, you know, we was having a good time. Like I was talking to his friends and we just all chopping it up. We was all throwing money and drinking. Like we was drunk for real. And yeah, we were just having a super good time. He was sitting there talking about, and I need to give him a name. We're going to name him Steve. So Steve, you know, he's sitting there. I remember he's light-skinned, shortcut. It don't even matter. I shouldn't even describe him because if y'all from Pittsburgh, y'all might figure out who it is. Probably not, honestly. You're probably not gonna figure it out. But anyway, so I remember he was in a section. He's like real cocky. Real cocky. And he's one of those guys who is just like, is really into, he's like real kind of shallow. You know what I mean? Like, he's real shallow in a way that he feels as though like light skin and foreign girls are like the pretty girls. You know what I mean? Like he's shallow like that. Like to the fact that he even was just like, oh yeah, like
the darkest I'll go is probably you.
Talking about me. And I'm just like, oh, I would never date a man like that ever. Like ever. Like you're, heck no. So he's like that, puts light skin and foreign girls on a pedestal. So he's one of them. I don't like that. Swear I don't. Anyway, Chelsea, she fits that category, basically. He was, of course, really into her, and she's, you know, taking the bait because he got money, and not saying that she liked him like that because she didn't, but you know, when you're cute and you want certain things, you usually get those things. That's all I'm gonna say. So anyway, so we're in the strip club and we're having a good time. He's talking about how he is about to fly to Houston because he just want to have like a fun weekend. So Chelsea is looking like,
oh, you want to go to Houston?
Yeah, come.
For real?
Yeah, like come to Houston. Like let's book tickets. Like let's book it.
So of course she's looking at me like,
Drea, come to Houston.
Yeah, both of y'all come. Just come. Like I'm leaving. I'm probably going to just book a flight right now and leave tomorrow.
So I'm looking at Chelsea like, for real? Like we're about to just go to Houston? He was like,
yeah, like just come. Like I'm paid for everything. Like just book your flight.
And I'm just like, In my head, I'm thinking, oh, free Houston trip. My girl know him. You know what I'm saying? She know him. And she telling me to come with her. He's talking about, yeah, come. I got everything. Just pay for your ticket. To me, it's like, oh, I just got to pay for my ticket and you're going to handle everything else. Like, I wasn't really about to pass that up. You feel me? So we're talking about this in the strip club, y'all. Because at this point, you got to think it's like 1 in the morning. Literally 1 in the morning. So we're like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, let's do it. Y'all, why did we literally book our flights at the strip club? Wild. I know, wild. But we literally booked our flights in the strip club and was just like, fuck it. We're literally about to go to Houston. Like, so we booked our flight, and our flight left at like 6, 7 in the morning, meaning we had to be at the airport by 5. You know what I mean? Like crazy. So we're like, all right, let's finish turning up at the strip club, go to the crib, pack a quick bag, and then go to the airport. Like that was the plan. So we're like, oh my goodness, not us really about to go to Houston. And so I'm just like, well, who else is coming to Houston? And Steve was just like,
oh, it's just gonna be me and y'all.
So in my head, I'm like, I'm about to be third wheeling for real, but Chelsea's just like,
girl, no, just come. Like, I don't even talk to him like that.
And then I'm not gonna lie, like when she said I don't talk to him like that, a part of me, which I already knew, because you gotta figure Chelsea's like my best friend, so I know who she talks to. So I knew she didn't talk to him like that, but I will say I didn't know this was their first time ever meeting in person. So I'm not gonna lie, it's one thing to like know a person, like texting them and stuff, and just knowing who they are through other people and stuff, but actually being with that person and spending time with that person, it's like kind of scary when you've never done that before and you just decide to go on a trip with them. But we were young, stupid, and spontaneous, so that's what we did. So we literally flew out there with him. So crazy. So listen, we got to the airport. We was, you know, like I said, this all happened on a whim, y'all. It happened so fast. Next thing you know, we're in Houston like that. We got a straight flight down there. So we all get there together. Literally, I'm thinking he already got everything established, because he's like, yeah, I'm about to go out there. I'm thinking he already was planning on going out there. Like, no, he was not. He was not. He went out there, and now he's on his phone making a bunch of phone calls. He's like,
oh, hey, Drea, you got Airbnb on your phone?
I'm like, yeah, I got the app on my phone.
Oh yeah, look at some Airbnbs.
I'm like, there's not even an Airbnb booked. No hotel booked, nothing. I mean, I'd rather have Airbnb so I can have my own room, you know what I'm saying? But there ain't no Airbnbs booked, so now I'm looking around I'm on my phone looking for Airbnbs. Like, all right, like, what about this one, y'all? Y'all like this one? All right, what about this one? Like, I wasn't even really looking at price or nothing, because, nigga, you're paying for it, and you brought hella money in cash. Matter of fact, all he brought was cash, hella bands, to the point where he was just like, yo, I can't get up. I can't have, I don't want all this in my bag. Like, he put some in your bag and gave me money to put in my bag. And I'm like, you don't even know me. Like, but whatever. Because y'all figure I haven't even known this man 24 hours at this point. I'm like, damn, you don't even know me. But I'm like, yeah, you know, F it, put it in my bag. So I'm still looking for Airbnbs. Y'all like this one? All right, bet. Let me hurry up and message them. Because, you know, Airbnb, they like to have some notice before you just come up in there so they can clean it and have it prepared, all that good stuff. So I hurry up and book it, and I'm talking to the person like, hey, is there any way that we can get in here today? And they're like, yeah, but give us some time. Like, we're going to need till like 4 or 5 or something like that. And I'm like, that's fine. We'll do what we got to do, and then we'll be there around the time you said. So while we're doing that, remember, we just got off a flight. We don't have anywhere to stay. Well, we just got a place to stay now, the Airbnb that we just booked. And we're in Houston. Obviously, he's one of these dudes who got money and likes to flex. So he's calling around the exotic car shops to get a foreign. So we're talking to all these exotic shops and whatnot. And they're like, oh, yes, we got this. Because mind you, it started the weekend. So people be booking, you know, stuff on the weekends mainly. So of course we're trying to get what we can get. So we end up getting a Range Rover. It was a white one. I don't know what year it is, y'all. I just know it was a Range. So we got a Range Rover, and I remember it was like it was the most trying to get this car. The most trying to get this car. So we end up having to get an Uber to the spot. Yeah, we got it, because that's another thing. Like, me and Chelsea was paying for all the Ubers, and he was just like giving us the money in cash. Like, we was just like, all right, you know, cool. Like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like, to the point where we went to the store to get like little stuff. Because when I tell y'all, we packed our bag, just threw like a couple outfits in there and some heels, because we was going for like 3 days. We just heard, threw some stuff in that bag, went to the airport. We forgot some stuff. Like, come on now. So we was like, all right, we gotta go to the store and grab some stuff. He was even like, nah, I got it. Like, he literally paid for everything. And I'm like, oh, Go ahead. Who am I to tell you no? You know what I'm saying? But I didn't want him to feel as though like you had to pay for everything. So, you know, I would be like, oh no, it's cool, I got it. But he just insisted. So I was just like, all right, sir. Got to the exotic place. And when I tell y'all, we was taking hella videos of the car in and out, because these exotic places be trying to get out on you. Don't ever want to give you your deposit back. So we already knew that. So we was like taking hella videos of the car inside and out. We like, oh, there's a nick here, there's a nick there, this, blah, 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 blah. All that good stuff. Cool. Get the car. Okay, cool. You got to return it by this day. Bet. So now we're out in the range and we're in Houston. So now what do? Oh, let's go to the mall, because now at this point we're trying to waste time to get into our Airbnb. So we go to the mall, and me and Chelsea are in there. We're looking at different outfits and stuff. I wasn't really planning on buying nothing because I had to pay for my plane ticket, whereas Chelsea didn't. He paid for her ticket. So I had to pay for my plane ticket, which it was like, it wasn't, it was a lot. It was like $400, but I'm like, it's still a free trip. So it kind of just, it wasn't bad to me, because I'm like, I'm about to get a free trip out of it, pay the $400, girl. So that's exactly what I did. But I wasn't really trying to spend much more money, because even in my head, like, I know he said he would pay for us, but at the same time, I'm just like, I know he's mainly here for her. You know what I mean? Like, he's trying to get her. So he's not out. I feel like he's not about to sit here and buy me clothes and stuff. You know what I mean? So I didn't expect him to do nothing like that. So I wasn't really looking for outfits down there, but I did find like 2 cute little outfits at these little boutiques they had, but it was like little cute, cheap boutiques. Like, I was like, oh, okay. So I just bought my own outfit, because I kind of went off by myself and let them do their thing. So I got me like 2 little outfits. Like I had brought clothes already, but you know, just something a little extra to have. So we did that. After we went to the mall, we're like, all right, what we finna do now, y'all? Like, we still gotta waste a little bit more time. He was like, well,
Well, I don't care. I'm not going to no Airbnb until I get me some smoke.
so we're like, oh, all right. When we had got the Uber to go to the exotics place, the girl who was our Uber driver, she was real cool. It's crazy. I still have her number in my phone to this day. But I have to look at my phone to remember what her name was, because I forget. But yeah, so she was Ubering us, and we was talking to her. She's like, oh, where y'all from? And we're like, oh, we're from Pittsburgh. She was like, oh, okay, yeah, like, y'all be down here. And at this time, this was my first time being in Houston. So I'm like, oh, this is my first time. And they're like, no, I've been down here before. And she was like,
Yeah, y'all gotta go here. Y'all gotta go here and here and here.
we're like, oh, okay.
Do you know where to get some smoke from?
And she's like,
Oh, yeah, you can get it from my boy. His name is Juice. I'll hit up my boy. I'll give y'all his number, let him know.
so we're like, oh, bet, like, you're really cool as hell. Like, swear. She was like,
Yeah, you know, I also do rides on the side, like little jitneys. So I'm gonna give y'all my number. So if y'all need me, just hit me up. Like, you know, I give rides for the low.
and I'm just like, oh, period. Like, thank you. Took her number down. She gave us Juice's number, and she dropped us off and went on our way. Now we're like, oh,
Juice, you know, hey, such and such gave us your number. We want to get some smoke. We try and get this. We need enough to last us the weekend.
and this and that. And he's like,
All right, cool, you know, bad.
all this and that. So we ended up meeting him at this gas station. Y'all, I remember. We ended up meeting him at this gas station, and he was cool. He was like this skinny, dark-skinned, short-cut, all that. He was cool. He looked like he was a little older. He had like, not older, maybe 30s, but was not fully in with the times when it came to dressing. Like, he still dressed like with the baggy clothes and, like, you know what I mean? Like how they used to dress back in the early 2000s. Like, he was dressing like that. But he was real cool though. And he was telling us, he was like, oh yeah, like,
What y'all doing later?
and we're like, oh, we don't know. We're probably going to go, because we was driving around. We was like, oh, we're probably going to go to this spot and this spot and get us like a little section, get us some hookah, you know, something like that. He's like,
Oh, yeah, y'all gotta go here. Let me know. Like, I'll step out with y'all. Like, let me know.
and we're like, oh, word, like, yeah, like, for real, like, real stuff. Like, come out with us, like, shoot. Because Steve and Juice was like getting real tight when it was talking, because me and and Chelsea stayed in the car. So they're like outside the car really chopping it up like these niggas knew each other. So I don't know, I guess Steve just felt real cool and was just like, oh yeah, Juice definitely come through, like yeah bro, like yeah, we gonna link up, you know, that type. So me and Chelsea like, oh Lord, but I don't care. I'm along just for the time, like having a good time. I'm here on another nigga's dime that I don't even know, and I don't even have to like do anything but just be here because my friend wants me here with her. That's great. Like cool, like I'll take it. So at this point we're like, all right y'all, it's time, let's go to the Airbnb. So now I'm GPSing the Airbnb, and when I tell y'all, it took us forever to find this place. I was getting so annoyed to the point where it was like light, getting darker, and then it was nighttime. I'm like, oh my goodness, not it really taking us this long to find the place. So we were in the vicinity of the place, and it was, I guess you can consider it to be townhouses because they were attached, but it was like 3 floors. And when I tell you, the place was nice, it was nice. But for whatever reason, it was like gated. And how the GPS was trying to take us, we couldn't get in past the gate where our house was or whatever. Anyway, eventually we ended up reaching out to the Airbnb person, and they took forever to respond to us. So it was just taking us even more time to figure out where it was. And I don't know if we was high or drunk because we didn't even drink or smoke at this time yet. So we was just slow. But once they explained to us where it was at, we're like, we literally passed this place 50 billion times and could not see it. It literally, the numbers was on the wall, I mean the side of the house and everything. I'm just like, what the heck? Like, why could we not see it? I don't know. Maybe because it was dark, y'all. It really was dark. I swear it was dark. So we finally found it. I hate going into houses at night, especially houses that aren't mine. So going on to this Airbnb at night was a little bit scary. So we looking at Steve like, you need to go in first. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I had opened the door, whatever. He goes in, and mind you, it's a real big, nice crib. Like when you first walk in, there's like a little area, just a little space there, and then you go up the stairs. But off to the side, when you first walk in, is a room. It's a room down there, and there's a bathroom attached to it. It's a bathroom in the room. So it's real nice. But you can tell it's just one of those regular rooms that you probably put a couch and a TV in there and in the bathroom. But yeah, it's a bedroom down there. It's nice. But it was like a futon in there type thing. So then we walked upstairs, and at the top of the steps, there's another bathroom. And then when you go up like 2 more steps, it was like this huge kitchen. It was so nice. Like I would love to live there. I would so love to live there. It was so nice. So you go up the 2 little steps, and this is this huge kitchen with this huge island, this beautiful chandelier over the island. And then off to, the side was a super big living area. Like everything was so open and just beautiful. Like I loved it. So through, keep going through the living room, there's another set of stairs. Y'all know there's a lot of steps in this place. But you go up the stairs, and when you get to the top of the steps, there's another bedroom. That was my bedroom. And my bedroom also had a bathroom in it. I was like, oh, okay, this is my room right here. And then there's this long hallway, and you keep going down, like, and in the middle of the hallway, there's like a closet or something. And you keep going down the hallway, and there's like the master bedroom with another huge bathroom in there and a balcony. So of course that was gonna be their room. So the house was gorgeous. Like we didn't even need a 3-bedroom because who was staying downstairs? Actually, we'll get there. So anyway, I'm just like, oh my gosh, y'all, like we're really in Houston. Like, oh, cause like mind y'all, this is my first time. I'm like, oh, what we doing tonight, y'all? Like we have to go out. Like, yeah, I was so excited. Like I couldn't even compose myself. I was just so feeling myself. I ain't gonna hold you. Then we had got bottles and stuff. So I'm like, oh, like I'm so ready. So we ended up going to Oh no, so we get dressed, we shower, we get dressed and all that. We're looking at places like, all right, where we about to go? Because we wanted to eat. We was hungry. We wanted to eat. So I'm like, yeah, let's go somewhere that serve food, and now we can also get like a little section with hookah or something. So we're like, yeah, y'all, don't be mad at me, because I know y'all be like, you need to start telling us the places that where you be at so we can visit there. I'm telling y'all, I really can't remember the places. Like if I went back down Houston, I'll be like, oh yep, I went here, I went there, but I can't remember the names. Like if somebody were to mention the names, I'll be like, oh yep, that was the spot. But at the top of my head, I cannot remember the names of these places at all. But we went there. We went to, you know, one of the little lounges or whatever, and it was nice. It had like an outside area and an inside area. So we had I think we ordered pizza. I ain't gonna hold you. I think they served pizza. Or was it pizza? I don't know. Either way, we ate. Just know we ate. We got hookah. Steve also had bought a bottle too while we was there at the lounge. So we was getting super drunk, but we also got there pretty late. So we was like trying to chug this bottle down, but at the same time, we're like, man, if you don't walk out with that, like you pay for that, just walk out with it. And I don't know how, but we really end up walking out with it. So yeah, so we are, you know, that place is ending. So we wasn't there long. We literally ate, took a couple shots, and was smoking some hookah. Cool. So after that, we're like, oh, we're not about to go in. Like, it's only 2 o'clock. There was some people talking about some after hour spots and all that good stuff. So we're like, oh yeah, let's go to, you know, some of them spots. Y'all, I wish I could remember what spot this was, because I'm gonna try to figure it out, and put it on the screen if I can remember. But we went to this one like after hour spot, and it was nice it was packed. We actually went there 2 nights in a row, but it was packed, y'all. There was like a bunch of sections everywhere, because it was also another hookah lounge. I feel like all there is down there is hookah. Hookah everywhere. Hookah, hookah, hookah. When I tell you, by the end of this trip, my throat hurt so damn bad. Like seriously, it hurt so bad. There was so much hookah. My throat hurting right now just talking about it. But yeah, we go in there and there's no more areas to really sit. So we had to sit like real close to, I don't know, some people who was like surrounded. I don't know how to explain it, y'all. Just know that we did end up finding like a little spot, and we was chilling there. And the one guy who knows the owner, is like real cool with the owner, everything, came over to me and was talking to me, and I was talking to him. I was really feeling him like at the moment, because he was okay. Like I'm not gonna lie, it was the liquor. I'm gonna be honest, it was the liquor, because he was cool, but not typically somebody I would go for. Plus I ain't trying to meet nobody in Houston anyway, because y'all ain't no good. But not for real. Like I don't think I would really take anybody from Houston serious. And I don't want to say that. Maybe just not nobody I meet out at the club. So yeah. But he was real cool. And he was very like, oh, let me do this. And oh, you guys are from Pittsburgh. Oh, look, I got this after spot and this and that. Like, oh my goodness. I was like, oh, where? You got this spot? He was like,
Yeah, come y'all, because I'll give you our own little section.
And the sections are, it's like real nice in there. The sections are like tented in. So it's like real personal. Like you have to go into the tent. It was real nice though. I was like, oh, this is lit for real. But anyway, we ain't there yet. So we're at the first after hour spots. And you know, the music in there. We're meeting people in there. Like it's real cool. I'm dancing. I'm doing all that. Like we're drunk, we're vibing, having all that good time. At this point, dude is just like,
all right, yeah, well, I'm about to start making my way over there. Y'all could definitely come through. Like, come on.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. We're like, all right, so do y'all want to go to do spot? We can go for a bit or whatever. And they're like, yeah, like, let's just go. And I'm just like, okay, like, F it, let's go. Dude pulls up as we're walking out, because he had left before us. He pulls up in his truck. I can't even remember what truck it was, but I remember it was big and black. I think it was a Tahoe. He had a Tahoe. So I remember he pulled up on us. It was like,
oh, y'all coming? Or y'all coming down?
And we're like, yeah, we're gonna come, send an address, all that good stuff. He's like, all right, bet. So now me, Steve, and Chelsea, we're all in the car. We're like, all right, y'all, we're going down there. He said he's gonna give us a little section, a little tinted in sections, all that good stuff. And it's our first night down there, so we're like, you know what, F it, yeah, let's like finish having a good time. We drive down to the spot, it wasn't that far, and I noticed like it wasn't like a shopping center or something. I don't know, it was weird. I wasn't expecting it to be there, but it was cool. We went up in there. Wasn't nobody really in there yet because it was like the after spot, you know, like the spot you go at like 5 in the morning and you in there till like 7 a.m. type shit, 7, 8 a.m. Like it was like that. So we went in there and it was a real cute spot. He said it had just opened up and this and that, and it was his, you know, spot. He was real proud of it, you know what I'm saying? So of course he want to get people to go up in there. He's like,
Oh yeah, you know, y'all can bring your bottles in here,
all that good stuff. And we had already had a bottle, but he was also giving us drinks. I gotta give dude a name. I'm gonna call him Tony. So Tony invited us to his after hour spot, and he was giving us drinks and just really giving us a good experience. I'm like, dang, your hospitality is nice. Like you usually only see this now, I don't know, like in the South. Well, I don't know. Is Houston considered the South? I guess it is. So we're like, okay, this is nice. So Tony's sitting next to me because, of course, he's trying to talk to me. And we're like, oh, like, you know, just really getting to know each other. Like, oh, you know, how are you? What's going on? This and that. And we just talking back and forth. We drink. At this point, I'm drunk. Honestly, at this point, I'm so drunk, I feel like I'm sober. You ever drink yourself sober? I don't know if that's a real thing, but I swear I drink myself sober, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold you. Like, I think it's because throughout the night, like I was drunk, and then I would go through the day, eat. We done stopped at a food truck, all of that. So it's just through the whole night, just eating, drinking. I done drank myself sober at this point. So I'm drinking again now. I'm just like, oh my gosh, there's so much going on. And then there's even more hookah. Like, I don't know. Like, my throat just smoked like 5 different hookahs today already. So we're in there. We're smoking hookah, vabbing out. Next thing you know, Steve's ass start, you know, doing one of these. Starts getting tired because, you know, he's an old man. It's like, no, but he was like in his 30s. So he was older than me and Chelsea. But yeah, he was getting tired to the point where he's like literally asleep. And Chelsea's just like,
yeah, Dre, like we need to go. Like I'm about to drive him back to the crib.
And Tony is like,
oh, you're about to leave.
And a part of me was just like, I still ain't want to go. Like, I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, like I still wanted to have fun. I still wanted to party. Even though it was 5 in the morning already, like, girl, take your butt home. But then I'm like, oh, we're in Houston and I'm having a good time. I'm vibing out. Like, this is a nice little tinted in section. And, you know, the curtains were like sheer so you can see inside, but it was still blocked off type thing. It was real nice. So I just really wasn't trying to leave yet. I was just trying to get the full experience. Plus, I wasn't really tired. I was drunk sober. And I don't know, I was just having a good time, you know, chopping it up with Tony. You feel me? So I'm like, oh, I got sure y'all want to leave right now. Like, y'all don't want to wait anymore. Chelsea's like,
bro, he's like literally asleep.
I'm like, you're right. Come on. So Tony's just like,
oh, wait, I'll take you home. Like, I'll take you home.
So I'm looking like, you'll take me home. So, of course, Chelsea started looking at me like,
are you sure you want to do that?
And I'm like I'm thinking about it. And I'm just like I'm just like really thinking. And Tony's like,
it's cool, like I'll take you home, it's no big deal. We stay here for a little bit longer, whatever, and I'll let the bros know they gotta close up and all that good stuff.
So I'm just like, all right, you know, that's cool, you can take me home. So Chelsea's just like,
bro, are you sure?
And I'm just like, yes, text me when you get to the house, you know, I'll let you know where I am, share a location thing, whatever. So she's like, all right. She goes, they leave. Cool. Mind you, it's 5:30 in the morning. I'm still sitting there. I'm smoking. It's his spot. So, of course, he's up mingling, make sure everything's okay. So, there was some points where I was kind of sitting there by myself. But I didn't mind because, you know, I had my phone. There was other people that started to come in this section. Like a couple of his friends, like 2 or 3 of his friends. And he introduced me to them. So, I'm like, oh, hey. So, we're all in there talking, like having a good time. And I'm just smoking hookah and I'm still drinking. Like, a part of me was just like, I feel like I should stop drinking. So I did stop drinking. But I'm telling you, after a while, y'all, when I did not feel anything, like nothing was making me drunk, I felt like I was literally drinking myself sober. I'm telling you, I felt like I was. At some point, I'm like, okay, I'm getting tired. It was like an hour later. It was like 6:30 in the morning. I swear, it was literally 6:30, and I'm just like, all right, I'm starting to get tired. Like, I don't think I can stay up no more. Like, come on. He's like,
all right, cool. Let me let them know, and we're gonna go.
y'all, it's crazy because as soon as we walked out the club, daylight, it's so bright. Like, I didn't even know the sun came up. I looked at the time like, oh shit, yeah, it is about to be 7 a.m. I guess the sun would be up. So bright. I don't think I've ever stayed out so late till the next morning. Actually, I've never done that before because you can't even really do that in Vicksburg. Like, where you gonna go? It's the after hours, and down 4 or 5, and then you gotta take your ass home. So that was my first time leaving the club, and it was daylight. But it was just like, oh my God, I felt like I had a whole day, and I don't know. It was my first little experience like that, for real. You have to understand, I lived a sheltered life, okay? So yeah, I was just like, wow. So we're driving home. It takes like 20-25 minutes to get back to the crib. So I'm just like, part of me is like, hurry up, because I don't want to fall asleep, because I need to watch where he's going so he don't try to kidnap me. You know what I'm saying? So, we're just having a conversation. It's getting brighter and brighter, and I'm just so damn tired. And I'm texting Chelsea and Steve. They're asleep. They're not answering me, but I had the code or the key to the crib. So, oh, wait, did I? Because there was only one key, so they had to leave the door unlocked. I remember that, which is also dangerous too. So I just felt like I was putting everybody at risk. But at the time, we wasn't really thinking of it like that, which we should have, but we wasn't. I've done a lot of irresponsible things that night, just even letting them leave me and letting that man take me home, and now he know where we staying at type thing. So we go in there, and as we're like pulling up, I can tell like he's real tired too. Like he's kind of dozing off a little bit, and I'm like, oh shit, like, you gonna be all right? He's like,
yeah, I'm up.
All right. I'm just making sure, a little swerve back there, my man. It's all right. Tony, honey. So I tell him where to park or whatever. He's like,
yeah, can I come in? Can I use the bathroom and whatnot? Like, do you even care if I lay down for a second? Like, I really need to sleep this off.
I'm not gonna lie, part of me was like a little wary, like, oh, should I let him in the house? Like, I don't know, should I? But then I was just like, okay, yeah, come on. Like, you've been cool, and you took me all the way home, and this and that. And not only that, like, I was kind of feeling him, so I was just like, all right, yeah, come on. Brought him into the house. So remember, I told y'all, when you first walk in, there's that little area, and there's a room off to the side, and a bathroom. I'm like, period. This man don't even really have to go into the house, because the real house part was really upstairs, once you get to the kitchen, and then upstairs was where our bedrooms and stuff was. So I just we stayed by the front door, and we stood in that first bedroom. I'm like, this was so perfect. Like, most perfect Airbnb. You don't even got to go upstairs where my things are. You know what I'm saying? Where any of our things are. Stay right downstairs. So I put him into the room when you first walk in, and he uses the bathroom, and then he comes out and he's on the futon. Yeah. So, of course, we're on the futon. We're cuddling and whatnot, and I'm tired. I'm laying there like, oh, okay. He's just going to rest. Because a part of me was just like, I do not really want to sit here and sleep with this man. But at the same time, I wasn't about to go upstairs and let him be down there by himself. Like, no, not doing that. So I stayed down there with him. Like, yeah, he said he just needs to rest for a little bit. So I'm just let him rest. So we're just down there. We're chilling. We're talking. He get the feeling on me. And I'm not going to lie. I was feeling it. I was still a little feeling the alcohol, even though I felt sober at the same time. It was probably like a drunk sleepy thing, or I don't know what it was, y'all. I ain't gonna hold you. But he was touching on me, and I was feeling good. I'm not gonna lie. And one thing led to another, and well, nothing happened. But let me tell y'all why nothing happened. So I don't know if like sometimes I make guys nervous, or if maybe it was just like all the alcohol he had or something, but he just like could not get it up. And I hate stuff like that because it makes me mad, but at the same time I was happy because No, I was mad. I ain't even gonna say I was happy. Now, were we being safe about it? No, we wasn't. No protection, nothing. It's just so irresponsible. So, long story short, he just never even got it up to be able to be into me. So at this point, now it's awkward, y'all, because he's just like rubbing up against me back there, and it's just like, I don't feel anything because, like, what are you doing? Like, this is so awkward. But I can tell he's hit but tired. I'm just like, oh, I don't know. But anyway, I was just like, just lay down, honey. Like, it's okay, just lay down. So we lay down and we go to sleep. I was just like, I don't know what was wrong with that man, but yeah, no. No, absolutely not. Like, I don't know why you couldn't get it up. I don't know, but I was just like, just lay down, like, it's cool. So we ended up both drifting off to sleep. We slept for like 2 hours, because I remember it was like 2-3 hours, because I remember waking up at like 10. He's like,
All right, yeah, I gotta go.
and I'm like, okay, that's cool, you know, give me a hug or whatever, I'll walk you out. So he goes out, and yeah, I'm just like, you know, I'll hit you later or whatever. We're in town till what, Monday, so I'll hit you later. He's like,
All right, cool.
Gives him a hug, walks him to his car. That was that. I go upstairs, I take a shower, and I collapse in my bed, and I'm knocked out. I'm knocked out till like a 1. Because then Chelsea comes in the room like,
Get up, bitch. You been asleep for this long.
she don't know I was just out all fucking night. Well, she do, because she left me at like 5 something in the morning. So you should have known I was going to be out all night. And she came in my room like,
Yeah, bro, get up. Like, I'm hungry. Like, we need to go get something to eat.
so I'm just like, all right, I'm so tired. So she come in her room. She come in my room and sit on my bed. Next thing you know, Steve gonna come in the room, because he was real cool. He had his questionable moments, you know, about his views on women and whatnot, but he was real cool. He was kind of funny too. He came in the room like,
So, what was you doing last night?
and I'm just like, oh, like, not y'all in my room, like. But yeah, so he comes in there, he's like,
Nah, like, I want to tea, like, what happened?
and I just basically told him what happened the night before. Like, yeah, he was in here, y'all, but I had him in that first room downstairs next to the door. And I was like, oh yeah, smart. I'm just like, yeah, but we tried doing it and it was not working. He was like, oh man. I'm just like, yeah, it wasn't working, but you know, it's cool, whatever. Like, I ain't tripping off of it. So Chelsea's like,
Damn, bro.
I'm like, I know, but fuck it. I'm about to get dressed and we can go get something to eat. They like, all right. They like, all right, we need to go back to the we need to go back to the mall too, because the little 2 outfits that I had bought at the mall, one of them, they never took the little ink tag off. So I'm like, I gotta go back to the mall and have them take this tag off, because, oh, excuse me, y'all. Take this ink tag off because I want to wear it when we go to the little club place or whatever. So they're like, oh yeah, bet we'll do that after we eat. So we went, we ate, and we went to, like, of course, another little, I don't know, daytime. Got some like lunch, and then it had hookah too. So we got hookah again. When I tell y'all we got hookah this whole weekend, it was just like, be hookah'd out, literally. So Juice had ended up hitting us up, or hitting Steve up, because Steve was like,
Dang, bro, I need more weed already.
so Juice is like,
Damn, bro, I got you.
we was like, meet us at the mall, because we had went to eat. Because Juice didn't come eat with us. He met us at the mall. So we're at the mall. I'm, you know, saying like, hey, y'all, here go my receipt. I need y'all to take this ink tag off. They're like, oh, damn, I'm so sorry. I'm like, yeah, because I was trying to wear this last night, but it's cool. I'm going to wear it tonight. Anyway, I still got that outfit too. But yeah, so, you know, Juice ended up meeting us at the mall, and we're like, oh, hey, we're trying to go here tonight. He's like,
Oh, that's lit. Like, you know what? I'm gonna step out with y'all.
and Steve was just like,
Yeah, definitely come, bro. Definitely come. We can all pregame at our Airbnb.
Chelsea and I are just like, oh yeah, definitely come to the Airbnb, drink. And you know, at this point, Juice is like feeling me for real. He's like,
Yeah, like, you're so beautiful. I'm just, let's go. Like, I'm definitely trying to go out. I'm definitely trying to drink with you.
And I'm not interested in Juice, but I'm in Houston and I'm having a good time making friends. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, like, let's come through, let's drink, let's do all that. He like,
yeah, you helped me find an outfit to wear tonight.
and a part of me was just like, yes, because I told y'all how he dressed. Like, he dressed with the baggy clothes, like he was still back in the 2000s, and just, I don't know, he dressed like that. So I'm just like, oh yeah, let me help you out. And how he dressed, like what he picked out, I feel like I led him in the right direction, but what he picked out, you know what, it was cute for him and his style. So it wasn't bad. I just feel like it wasn't necessarily a style that I want my man to wear, if that makes sense. But it was cute on him. I was just like, okay, Juice, like, you're gonna look hard in this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna look good. So he did. He spent like, I think he spent like $200 on his outfit, because I remember he was like,
oh, I really want to get this belt to match.
And the belt was like $100 in itself. And I'm like, all right, yeah, like, you're gonna look fly, we're gonna have a good night. He was like, yeah.
It's like, as long as I can be with you, have a good night.
And you know, I'm just like, I be just too flirtatious sometimes. I gotta stop doing that. I be way too flirtatious. I be sometimes making it, you'll probably think I really like you, and I really don't. I don't know. I gotta stop doing that. But he was just like really feeling me, like I could tell. And I'm just like, okay, Juice, like, yeah, like, we're gonna have a good time. He's like,
Yeah, because I really want to go out with you, and I just really want to look nice.
and this and that. I'm like, yeah, you're gonna look nice. Like, trust me, you're gonna be fine. So we do all that. He gets his outfit, and yeah, like, we'll meet you back at the Airbnb later, you know, come to the crib. So later comes and Juice comes. At this point, I'm still upstairs getting dressed in my room, and he's downstairs. He's drinking with Steve, and they turning up, you know, standing on the fucking, oh my God, do I have, no, it don't matter if I have the videos or not. I'm not going to post them. But he was standing on the island in the kitchen on the counter or whatever, and he was just like really feeling himself. Like, Juice was really, really feeling himself. And I was just like, okay, Juice. He was up there getting it, like, okay. Because I've seen Juice more, it's like he was cool, but you could tell he was like kind of timid. But this liquor, and you could tell he was a lightweight, definitely a smoker. But this liquor he had in him was changing him into a whole another person. And I'm just like, okay, Juice, like, yes, like, I know that's right. So we go out, we got out kind of late again. I don't know why we keep doing that. Like, or I feel like there's so many people in Houston that be going out. You kind of got to get there a little early before it gets super packed out, which we didn't. So we was waiting on like a table. You know, it was another spot that had hookah. There was like an inside and an outside. So we had to get to the outside one because there was a table outside. But at this point, Chelsea starts to get this real bad headache. So at this point, her mood is totally shot. So she's kind of sitting there like. So of course, Steve is just like,
are you cool? Like, is it me? Is it me? Are you cool?
And Chelsea's just like,
No, like, it's not anybody. Like, I literally have a headache.
and even I'm looking at Chelsea like, bro, like, you good? So she kind of just like,
Yo, like, y'all don't need me to have fun.
and I'm looking at her like, bitch. Ain't nobody saying we needed you to have fun. We're just trying to make sure you're cool. Like, you're too full of yourself sometimes. Like, you need to chill out with that shit. So I'm just like, whatever. At this point, I'm turning up. I'm drinking. Steve is starting to, I can tell he's starting to come down. Not come down, but he's drunk, so he's starting to slow down. Yeah, he's starting to slow down. He's starting to get like, you could tell he's trying to keep up with me. And Steve, he's or not Steve, but Juice is starting to slow down. He's a skinny man. I'm a thicker girl, like, and not only that, but I drink on a regular. Like, I can take liquor, like, lots of it too. So I feel like he was low-key trying to catch up with me or keep up with me, and he could not. And I'm telling him, like, just slow down. It's cool. You can smoke. And a part of me wanted to smoke, but then I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna smoke, because when I smoke, I don't know if this is just me, but when I smoke, I start to get real boring. Like, I'll just start sitting there like, just in my own little world, just be looking around, just be on some chill stuff. Like, that's why when I used to smoke, I used to be either at night when I'm about to go to bed, or if I'm out, I have to be like really doing some stuff. But I can't do it at the club. I don't know why. Like I just can't. Like I'm just boring. So I just didn't smoke with Steve and Juice. And Chelsea wasn't smoking because she had a headache or whatever. So at this point, she was just drinking water. And not only that, but I think she had I think she started her cycle. That sucks. That is another thing. So she was kind of going through it that night. And I'm just like, you just make that smart comment, which was weird. I'm just going to act like you didn't say that and continue on having a good night. So like I said, Juice is just like everywhere at this point. He's like, ugh. And I'm the only one that's real coherent. Steve is too. Steve's coherent because he's pretty much taking care of Chelsea and just kind of watching everything that's going on, because he was very paranoid. He was a very, very paranoid man. And this whole time I'm sitting here with Juice, but I'm texting Tony from the night before. And Tony was like,
oh yeah, like when y'all leave there, come to the spot y'all was at last night, the first after hour spot where y'all met me at.
And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. Like, we definitely gonna do that. Especially says they had this like fire ass food truck outside. So it was like, oh yeah, we're definitely going back there and getting some food. It was so bomb, y'all. It was so good. I will go back to that food truck. I wish I can't even remember what the food truck was called. You know what? I know I'm failing y'all. I'm sorry. I'm failing y'all. But yeah, so we're there, and mind y'all, Juice is talking about how much he's really feeling me and this is not, and he's trying to touch on me, and I'm just like, you're drunk and I don't know, you can't handle your liquor right now, to the point where he's starting to get angry. Like he's one of them angry drunks. So I'm just like, I ain't gonna hold you. I was getting a little scared. I'm like, Juicy, sit your booty down. I don't know. Just calm down, Juice. Calm down. So he's just like,
no, I'm good, you know, just we going, you know, we cool, we gonna go to the next spot together.
And I'm just like, yeah, like we're all four of us are going, come on. Even though I knew I was meeting Tony there. So we pull up or whatever. I'm telling Tony like, oh yeah, we here, you know, I'll see you inside. He's like, all right, you know, cool, we all get out. Chelsea is still like,
I got a headache. I don't know if I can do this, but yeah, I'm gonna definitely come in with y'all. I've been drinking my water.
And we're like, yeah, come on, because we about to get some food and all that good stuff too. So we do all that. We go in there, and y'all, what happens next is, it was pretty shady. I still feel bad about it. It's pretty freaking shady, but y'all gonna have to find out what I did in my next video, because this video is already super long. So there's gonna be a part 2 to this. But I did something shady. I'm not proud of it. I mean, it wasn't nothing like bad, but y'all will see next week. So make sure y'all tune in. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.